Today is the big day. Today I get to finish my ultimate dream setup V2 that I've started 4 months ago. It's been a while. I'm sorry for the delay, but we're back and we're shifting it to 6th gear. In today's video, I'm gonna add both of the new tables to the custom floating frame. Then I'm gonna harness the power of an AMD Ryzen AI laptop to help me design the rest of the room. And then I'm gonna bring you guys the finale. So sit back and relax and let's begin. All right, first things first, I gotta clean up this dumpster of a setup. I've been living like a Twitch streamer for the past 4 months, and honestly, it is unacceptable. Enough excuses, let's clean up the tabletop and bring in the new tables that arrived 2 months ago. That was. I hope it's nothing important. I keep forgetting how heavy this table is. Damn. Oh, shit. That was not a good sign. Okay, so we're finally back to square one, boys and girls, but the biggest question is, has the frame bent at all in the past 4 months? Let's test it out. If this socket rolls towards me, then the frame did in fact bend. If it stays stationary, then no, it did not bend. Here we go. Well, there you have it. All right, time to take down the PC so we can run the cables through the wall. This is probably gonna be one of the hardest things, even harder than taking down the tabletop, despite being half the weight of the table, just because it's so high up there and I'm gonna have to use my shoulder strength, which I don't have that much of, to lift it and then bring it down. So don't try this at home. Here we go again. I don't know if I can lift this, to be honest. I'm gonna have to use a lifeline, unfortunately, and bring my wife in. As much as I don't like to involve her because she's only like 100 pounds, very petite, but you know, I don't wanna risk damaging myself and also the wall with it. You know what, screw it. Step done. Now we slowly but surely go down the steps. If I can do this, I can do anything, baby. One wrong step and I fall over, and it's over. Whew, this thing's heavy. Okay. Sweating so much from that. Oh my God. I don't even care if it leaks anymore. Just want to get down. Fucking hate. Oh, the power switch. Forgot about that. That could have ended badly. All right. Okay, so this next part is extremely crucial. I have to make sure that every single component works fine while plugged into the PC, because once it's on the wall, that's it, it's good game. I can't do anything about it. It's gonna take so much time to bring it back down and retest everything. So I have everything plugged in. It seems to be working. We got the face cam working, as you can see. My keyboard is working, audio interface is working, and all the USB devices are working just fine. So yeah, and we got no leaks. That is the most important thing. So on to phase 2, passing the cables through one of the holes and out the other. We'll start with the HDMI and DisplayPort cables, since these are the easiest. And finally, the Ethernet cable. That way I'm always hardwired into my fiber internet. That way I don't have to rely on the spotty Wi-Fi connectivity. But yeah, these are all the cables we'll be plugging into the back of the PC. I think we have 2 cables less compared to the previous setup because I switched a few devices to wireless just so I don't have the headache of dealing with more cables, and it's gonna be a lot easier to upgrade the system in the future. So we have a total of 7 cables plus one more DisplayPort cable that we have to route at the end of everything. So yeah, still a lot better than 10. Yeah, more. Okay, tough. Oh, it's gonna be hard. I forgot to loosen the motherboard screws. The small little hole to pass all the cables through is really small, and I don't know if I can do it from here. If this PC doesn't leak after I'm done with it, I will be amazed. Now for the hard part. Okay. Good job. Oh my God, it's not even in there. Oh, now it is. Good thing I checked. We did it. What's the timer say? How long did that take to mount one water-cooled PC on the wall? Wait, where's my cable? Oh no! I forgot about the power cable! I knew we were missing something. All right, this is mission impossible. We gotta lift the PC back out, run the cable through the wall again, out from the bottom, and then somehow manage to plug this through the case and into the power supply. So let's give it a go. Actually, hold on. Nice, perfect. Here. Oh, so much easier when you have someone helping you out. Beautiful, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. It's slipping. Hold on. You got it? Same thing. Go down and pull the cables. Hold on. Too much. Okay. Pull the cables. Good. All right. I think we're good. Okay. Oh my God, I scraped the wall. We did it. Thank you. We'll make a good team. Okay, with the PC finally mounted, I think it's time to bring in our first tabletop. All right. Thank you. Okay, so we got the tabletop sitting on top of the bottom frame. Luckily, this is 20 pounds lighter than the previous table because we shaved off a 1/4 inch from the thickness. So it's thinner and much lighter to work with. Also, we're gonna put less strain on the custom frame. But I'm not gonna secure it in place just yet because we still have to work on the cable management. One of the genius designs of this custom frame is that we left about 1.5 inches of space between both of the horizontal beams and the tabletop to help us with cable routing. As you can see, we can run cables straight down underneath the desk and vice versa, and we don't have to worry about cable slack at all. Now, originally, I was gonna attach this power strip against this vertical beam over here on the right side, and then I can plug in all of my monitors to it. But the problem with that is once I hook up the headboard, that's gonna be trapped behind it. So if I ever need to disconnect something or swap a monitor out, it's gonna be impossible without taking down the headboard. So I've decided a different approach. Using one of the outlets on the wall, I plugged in the power strip and ran the cable down between the tabletop and the horizontal beam and underneath the entire desk. And as you can see here, I have all the monitors plus my speaker cable plugged into this one outlet, but I ran into my second issue. If I were to slap some 3M tape on the back of this power strip and attach it underneath the table, you can kind of see the cables protruding downwards, and I don't like that. Even though you're not gonna see it standing in front of the desk, you can still see it when you're looking at the table at eye level. And the whole purpose of this custom frame is to achieve this super clean, floating and levitating look. So I ordered a different power strip that's on the way from Amazon, which gives me the outlets on the sides. So then I can attach it underneath the table and then plug in the cables from the sides. So it's not gonna stick out as much. And then my other power strip over here is gonna live on top of the vertical beam, just so it's easier to access from the top once the headboard is attached on the frame. This over here has 3 holes, so 2 of them are used for my Elgato RGB strips, and then the top one is gonna be used to power on both of these budget nanoleaf lines. So I'm gonna be using 15 of these on each side, so a total of 30 lines, and luckily I can use only 1 controller to power on all 30 of the lines, which means I'm only gonna need 1 plug, which I already have waiting for me right over there. Okay, so now the PC is mounted on the wall and I attached the tabletop on the frame. I did hook up 2 screws on each side just so it's somewhat secure to the frame and it's not gonna tip over. I say we bring in our monitor, our peripherals, and power on the PC and see if it works or if there are any leaks. Here we go. Okay, so far so good. Oh shit. Oh no, we're leaking a little bit underneath the CPU. No, 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 no. Please don't do this to me right now. I think it stopped. Okay, so while we wait for the power strip to arrive so we can clean up the cable mess underneath the table, I say we continue putting our setup together. Now, unfortunately, there was one cable that I did forget to plug into the back of the PC, and that is the USB cable for my speakers. Obviously, I'm not gonna take this down and plug it in. It's just way too much work for one cable. So I do have a simple solution. That is, I can either plug it into my 7-port USB hub from Corsair, which is connected directly into my PC, or my other USB hub from Elgato. So this is the Elgato Stream Deck Plus with the knobs. However, I got the USB add-on in the back. So we have essentially a USB connection directly into the back of the motherboard using one of the USB-C ports in the back here. So let's plug this in and see if it actually works. All right, looks like we got power. We've got power. Yep, volume control. Looks like it is reading all the knobs on here. So now let's go ahead and plug in our speaker's USB cable. Oh, it's even got a micro SD card slot on the side. I did not even know about that. Very cool. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to USB. Let's see if this works. Come on, baby. Oh, yes, it's recognizing the speakers. Let's go, baby, we're back. All right, let's have some fun. Okay, I want to take my setup to the next level, but the problem is my creativity can only take me so far. But what if I had some help from AI. We've seen all the cool stuff that AI can do, so why not use it and see if we can generate some cool ideas for my gaming room. To help me do this, I'm gonna be using the new HP OmniBook Ultra, which was provided by AMD, who was also kind enough to sponsor this segment of the video. Okay, let's start with the final render of what my finished setup is supposed to look like. And yes, I know the PC is missing from the top. I removed it on purpose to give us more room to experiment with. And the reason why I'm using this laptop specifically is because it's powered by AMD Ryzen AI 300 series processors, which are specifically designed for tech enthusiasts, content creators, and gamers. And since we're messing around with 3D modeling and AI generation, this is the perfect setup for it. One of the things I've always wanted was to mount my AR somewhere on the wall in front of me so I can always see it. A lot of you guys know I have an AR-15 in my armory, but what if, okay, hear me out. Realistic AR-15 or something. Wow, okay, that's actually pretty bad. Let's check the other variations real quick. Second one's better. I think this one's it, but it's way too big. Like, I know this is all for fun, but let's make it somewhat realistic. There we go, much better. Now, I did buy some acoustic panels, which I want to mount on both sides of my setup. This way I can sound treat the room, and also the audio will sound so much better when I'm recording here. So let's see how well AI will generate these. Sound absorption, diffuser, acoustic panel. Wow, these generate so fast. The power of Ryzen AI, baby. I guess that's what you get when your laptop is equipped with up to 12 high-performance Zen 5 cores. It takes multitasking and everyday productivity to the next level. Okay, this first one looks somewhat similar to the panels I'm gonna use, but let's see what other variations there are. Okay, I think out of the three, this one is the closest. So let's stick with this one for now. I feel like we can throw a rug on the floor to add a cozy atmosphere, but let's first expand the room because we're a little too zoomed in. And that, ladies and gents, is the power of AI. That actually did a pretty good job. Okay, now let's go ahead and add a rug. Add a gray rug. Keep it simple. No. Definitely no. So the best one out of the three is the second one, so let's just go with that one. You know, my setup is missing some personality. A lot of you guys know I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, and I feel like we can add some shelves on the sides to show off some of my collectibles that I've stored in my closet from like my previous setups. I still got a bunch of those laying around, so let's see what we can do here. Display cabinet. Okay, the angle is completely off with this one. Oh, the second one is actually almost perfect. And the third one, not so much. Okay, we'll move forward with the second one. Now, obviously, I'm a man of symmetry, so let's go ahead and duplicate this to the other side. There we go. And finally, let's make use of the empty space above my setup. How about some greenery to add a bit of warmth? Bam! I don't even have to look at the other two. This is it. Okay, let's just check it out just in case. Yeah, the first one, hands down. I didn't even ask for a shelf. It just added a shelf on there, which honestly looks so much better than just having green vines. So yeah, here's the before and here's the after. Huge difference. And the cool part is that all of this is doable. Like, there isn't any crazy tools that I have to buy or skills to learn to achieve this look. Guys, whether you're looking for future-ready solutions in gaming, content creation, productivity, or professional applications, an AMD Ryzen AI laptop or desktop is the ultimate solution. If you guys want to check it out or learn more, click the link below. Also, what I want to do eventually is create a custom mount for my laptop underneath the tabletop. So when I'm not using it, I can just slide it in like this, and then it'll basically live down here until I need to use it, and then I can slide it back out. That'll be super convenient. But that'll be for a different video. All right, let's go ahead and install my mic arm. And I came up with a nice solution in extending my boom arm, which I'll show you guys in a sec. Let me just hook this up real quick. Okay, so check this out. The arm extends all the way to half the desk right now, which is perfect. And this was a very expensive mod, but a very simple one. All I did was purchase the same exact boom arm. I took this one piece from the other one and I attached it over here in the middle piece, which essentially extended it by another like 15 inches or so. But yeah, that was unfortunately the only solution. But as you can see here, it works perfectly fine without any issues. I'll go ahead and route the cable underneath the boom arm, obviously, when I finalize everything. But we got our audio set up right now. The next thing I want to do is modify my keyboard because this sticks out like a sore thumb against all the other white components. I kind of want to paint it. I know it sounds crazy trying to paint a $500 keyboard, but I think I can take apart the top plates and then paint the base in white and swap all the keycaps with the previous Azoth Extreme keyboard. So check this out, guys. This is the previous Azoth keyboard, same exact form factor, same exact keycaps, same exact length. All I gotta do is literally swap the keycaps once I'm done painting this. And even with the gray accents, I think it's gonna look so much better compared to just all black. And check this out. Instead of using the black wrist rest, I'm gonna swap this out to the acrylic one, which would complement the new white theme a lot better, but also you can still see the design of the mouse pad, like it doesn't block it completely. This is perfect for 75% keyboards, but there is a larger 85% one on Amazon. If you guys wanna check it out, I'll drop a link to it below. Okay, well that only took an hour of my time, but the Azoth Extreme is finally gutted. As you can see here, we have all the components laid out. The only components that I'm going to be painting are the pour-on switch pad that sits underneath the switches. I'm going to be painting this metal frame on the edge, the top plate, and only the edge of the bottom plate. As you can see, I'm just going to go all around here, just so when the top plate sits on it like this, we will have one cohesive color from top to bottom. I'm not gonna touch the internals, obviously, and I'm not gonna paint anything on the back here. I even took it a step further and removed the stabilizers from the switch pad, as well as the dampening foam in between the space bar. Now, before I take it outside and paint it, I'm gonna cover up the areas that I don't want any paint to go on using some painter's tape. All right, so I'm here in my garage. This is where we're gonna be doing our painting. This is also where we're gonna be setting up the headboard next, like pre-drilling into it for the monitor mounts and stuff before we bring it in and mount it on the custom frame. But we have a pretty big problem today. It's very, very windy, which means I can't paint the parts like I normally do. Normally I attach it on this very cheap hanger I found from Amazon and I paint both sides, and I'm normally done within like 2 hours, but I can't do that today because the wind is gonna smack around the components and it's gonna be very messy and it's not gonna come out looking great. So we gotta improvise today. I think my only option is to paint inside of a box, because this way, whatever I'm painting is gonna be protected by the wind. It's not gonna blow in dust and dirt and mess up my paint job. But the only problem with this is I can only paint one side at a time. So we're gonna start with the surface today and we'll come back tomorrow after it's dry, flip it over, and then paint the other side as well. Like usual, I'll be using my trusty Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover paint and primer in semi-gloss. We're gonna be doing 2 to 3 coats of this. After it's nice and dry, I'm gonna slap it with 2 more coats of the clear gloss just so we can seal it and protect it. I also picked up this really cool handle from Amazon, which is gonna make the spraying so much easier. So check this out. This basically attaches to the top of the spray can. And now you just gotta pull on the handle to paint. Check it out. How cool is that? All right, so my beauties have been painted and they're fully dry. Now I gotta assemble everything back together and see what it looks like, assuming I remember how to put this whole thing back together. But yeah, I will see you guys. Bam, boys and girls, there she is, custom modded ROG Azoth Extreme keyboard. The paint job came out better than I expected. I mean, mamma mia. Mamma mia, you guys. Take a look at this beautiful, sexy board. This is the portion I didn't paint because I wanted to add a bit of contrast to kind of balance out with the USB-C port and the switch over here. I left this entire edge black or default just because I didn't want to risk damaging the ports on here. But I mean, other than that, everything else is white. Oh, seriously, looks absolutely amazing. Let's see what the lights look like. Oh, baby. Oh, they pop so much more because the top plate's painted, obviously. And the carbon fiber plate was actually painted as well. So the lights are reflecting much better against it. But yeah, I mean, overall, fantastic job. It's just missing my wrist rest. Oh my God, this setup, dude. This setup, absolutely insane. I'm gonna be so pissed if ROG comes up with a white keyboard in the next 2 months. I basically wasted an entire day for nothing. But yeah, here's the previous keyboard. As you can see here, not too bad. I mean, very contrasty with the keycaps against the silver or aluminum top plate, but this will be going back into the studio as a backup, and this will be my primary. Unfortunately for the mouse, I'm gonna be using the ROG Harp Ace Extreme, which I did a video on many months ago. Until I can find another white 8000 Hertz polling rate wireless mouse with glass feet, I'm gonna be using this mouse. It is extremely fast and responsive. I am like slapping these kids online playing the finals, but yeah, it doesn't really match the keyboard obviously, but it's just temporary. Obviously, I gotta finish up with a sound test for you guys. I can't just mod a keyboard and not show you how it sounds like, so. Okay, no warm up whatsoever, cold start, first attempt, 104 WPM with 96% accuracy. I normally get around 98%, but again, no warm up. There you guys have it. Actually, while we're on the topic of keyboards, if there are any keyboard enthusiasts watching this video, can you guys please recommend a really nice premium set of keycaps that will go well with this keyboard? I'm looking for an all white theme. I like the gray accents on here, don't get me wrong, but I want to white everything out from like left to right. Similar to my Haven 65 keyboard that I've been using, but these have a few black keycaps, so I'm not looking for all white, and they gotta be compatible with RGB. That's why it's really tough to find a nice set. But yeah, if you guys come across any, please let me know in the comment section down below because I want to buy it. All right guys, we're back in the garage. This is where the fun begins. We're gonna prep the headboard before we bring it inside and mount it against the frame. This is where we're gonna measure everything and pre-drill the holes so that we can attach our monitor mounts. So I have 4 mounts because we're gonna be going with 4 monitors. This one is gonna be for the top ultra wide. We got a flat mount for my 32-inch 4K display, which is gonna be my primary. And then we got 2 of these for the side vertical displays. So one goes there, and the second one goes there, just like in the render. Now, in order to hook up the monitor mounts to the headboard, I can't use a traditional screw because if I go through the headboard, as you can see here, it's going to be hanging in thin air. We have about 3 inches of empty space behind the headboard, so I can't use these. I'm going to be going with the same hardware I used in my previous headboard installation. So we're going to be doing 1 bolt that goes in first with a washer, and then from behind the headboard, washer goes in, and then a nut to secure the mount and the monitor in place so it doesn't move. This is basically what it's going to look like if we look at it from the side. All right, best way to get the perfect measurements is to know exactly where the monitors are gonna go. And the best way to know where the monitors are gonna go is by actually putting it on the headboard. So let's go ahead and take this out. And then we're gonna hook up the monitor mounts in the back here. Oh, yes. This doesn't fit. Ah, are you kidding me? I hope it came with some spacers. Otherwise, we're screwed. We don't have any spacers. Seriously? No spacers? Nothing can ever go according to plan. There's always something. Well, I'm gonna have to go AFK for a bit and see if I can find some spacers somewhere in my inventory. I'll be right back.
5 minutes later.
I managed to find a TV hardware kit in my closet. Usually these do come with some spacers. No spacers. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to make a trip down to the hardware store. All right, since I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store, might as well check all the monitors and make sure that the mounts fit. And I'm not gonna need any additional spacers. If I do, might as well pick them all up at the same time. So let's check this out. Thank you, ViewSonic. Damn, it's a tight fit. 3 down, now let's check the ultra-wide. Oh, I knew it. The LG monitors are just so small, these cutouts. Okay, and I'm gonna need spacers for both the LG monitors, it looks like. That this store doesn't carry any spacers. An entire hardware store and they don't carry spacers. What? I'm still at a loss for words. No spacers in the entire hardware store. And today's a Saturday, so even if I do order some spacers on Amazon, it's not gonna get here till Monday or Tuesday the latest. So that's great. That's just fantastic. Well, that was a complete waste of time. I bought the screws just in case, but I'm gonna see if I can find any spacers on Amazon that will get here sooner than Monday. Oh, these ones actually get here tomorrow. on a Sunday. Amazon to the rescue. Well, let's go. This looks like the spacers I need. Oh yeah, this is it. We got a bunch of different sizes too, so I'm gonna actually keep this for future projects as well. Yeah, this is it. All right, let's order it. Okay, I guess now we wait. So after Amazon lost my package, a day later, I finally got these. Let's continue. All right, boys and girls, all the measurements are done. Now it's time to drill into the headboard, and then afterwards we're gonna bring it inside, mount it on the frame, and then finish up my ultimate dream setup. We are almost at the finish line, but there is still lots to do. And unfortunately, we have hit the 30-minute mark of this video, which means I'm gonna have to bring you the finale in the next episode. But don't worry, I'm not gonna make you guys wait 4 months for the next episode, I promise. In fact, I'm gonna continue working on this after I'm done with this video. So you can expect the final episode and the finale in about 2 to 3 weeks. So early December, all right? Mark your calendars, set your notifications. I'll let this car pass by. Everything I use will be linked down below as always. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.